Here we go. Okay, welcome to our December team call. Merry Christmas, everyone. Super excited. Who's excited about family traditions, fun things, the season in general? I love Christmas. I feel like it makes up for being cold and dreary where we live. So, and we love to celebrate the true meaning of Christmas, which is Jesus's birth, all the good things. So, hey everyone that's popping on. I did want to say that today's call is titled Pressing In, so pressing into December, building silvers and creating momentum. And you'll want to make sure that you hang on till the end because we have some fun girls going to share some ideas, the things that they're doing with their teams that are super fun, and I don't want you to miss out on their ideas. Also, I'm feeling gifty, so stay on till the end because we have some fun giveaways. What? Oh, he wants a gift. Okay, so we are going to actually say welcome to anyone that's new on this call. I think the last team call I had multiple new level ones on it, and I didn't even say welcome. So if you are new, we wanted to welcome you to our team call. Super excited you can be on. And I wanted to just give everyone a heads up while people are popping on that we're going to share a win. But before we are going to do that, Justin's going to say something real quick about Christmas lists.
What is that?
There we go. Thank you.
Okay. I had to make sure we were on the same page. So what we're going to do at the beginning of the year, get this thing squared away here. So at the beginning of the year, we're going to go through a few book studies. Seems like there's been a lot of book studies on kind of mindset, and just a lot of different things, which have all been really beneficial. A lot of great books this year on leadership. So kind of the idea starting at the beginning of the year is going to be, like I said, some book studies. There's 3 books picked out, and really they focus on knowledge on the industry as far as network marketing industry, and it focuses on action. So the 3 books are, and some of you might have read these, but one book is called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. If you haven't read that, I would pick that up. Even if you don't go through the book study with the team, I would highly recommend it. It's a really easy read. It's quick, and it's changed the way I'm doing my business. So extremely helpful. A second book is it's called The Business of the 21st Century by Robert Kiyosaki. Robert Kiyosaki is the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. If you've not read that, that's a must read for anybody who can read. It's a game changer for many, many reasons. So I'd highly recommend that. But he writes this book, The Business of the 21st Century, and why network marketing is a must and why it's going to be successful in the years to come. So that's going to be an important one. The other book, I have a copy of it, but we loaned it out to somebody, and I don't remember who we loaned it out to. So if you have it, message me, because I don't remember who I loaned it out to. But it's called The Greatest Networker in the World by Milton Fogg. It's an old book. It's an old story, but I thought it was absolutely excellent. So I want to go through that, and that's basically just knowledge of the industry and just some key steps for the network marketing industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're feeling like we need to take knowledge and put it into action. So these books are action books and knowledge books.
Right.
Also, don't forget to put them on your Christmas list, because that would be a great, little idea for your people if you have,
right.
If you have a Christmas giveaway thing. Or a Christmas gift exchange. Yeah, they want us to put it in the comments. Sure, we can put the titles in there. Okay, so I would love to celebrate. What did you say?
I can type it in there.
Okay, I would love to celebrate our wins for November really quick. We're just going to take a couple minutes while people are still hopping on. We had 2 people that I know of rank up to gold. Laura Armato and Abby May. So way to go, girls. So excited for you. If you ranked up to super silver, and we had some super silvers, we had some silvers, we had some people that even added their first customer or first ambassador, and that qualified them for the online Christmas party. So super, super excited. If you have a win from November, if you've reflected on the month, please put it in the comments. Let's blow up the comments for a few minutes of your wins. And if there are like 2 or 3 of you that are willing to unmute, I would love for everyone to hear your particular wins for November. So Justin's putting some stuff in the comments there, but if anyone's game for unmuting, we would love to hear what your win is.
Okay, so my win for November was when we were doing the Maui challenge, and I don't remember who shared it, or it was to pick, I think it was Maui challenge, but it was to pick your scary person. So I picked my scary person, I think probably mid-October, but I didn't really say anything to him until this month. And he was the easiest person I've shared with. Like, I shared with him, and I was like, hey, I know you're super into, super healthy, blah, blah, blah. Would like to, and he came on one of the online things that we've been doing, and he signed up. And I was just like, really? So anyway, I think that that's going to be something I'll do every month is pick a scary person. Not that they'll always be as easy as he was, but I think that sometimes, the people that we think are going to be the most difficult sometimes become the not so difficult. So that was my win.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. That's a great challenge. I love that challenge. And that's something I wish that I would have done when I first started, was message those scary people, because even if they're not ready right now, they're going to think of you down the road when they either have a financial need or they have a health need, because you've already reached out to them. They're like, oh, or they'll connect you with people that they know need what you have to share with them, Thank you for sharing, Stephanie. Okay.
Everybody pay attention to what she said, because you're going to see that as a challenge, I think, coming up. So you're warned ahead of time.
All right, great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone that's putting stuff in the comments. And yeah, Tammy was my scary person. I did not know her from Adam, but she commented on a mutual friend's post. This girl was complaining about her migraines, and Tammy said something about Lyme, and I was like, I know something that can help you. And it was kind of my scary thing for that day. I just cold messaged her basically and said, hey, I don't even know what I said. I actually looked back in the message thread. But anyways, needless to say, Tammy's life has completely had a turnaround. The funny thing is that the product sat on the counter for 18 months. And then she felt so bad. She's like, I think this stuff helps with gut health. That can't do anything but help me. And she just, she just popped on the products. And then, we need to plug our computer in. And then, started sharing and Ruby in 3 months. So you never know what that scary choice can turn into. Okay, who else? Let's take one more win. Is there someone else that's willing to share a win? You're willing, share, unmute, and tell us who you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear Gretchen.
Okay, yeah, this is Gretchen. Wins for this month were, I'm so proud of my team. Through up until the second to last day of the month, every single new person had a subscription on, which is huge because it helps them stay consistent and see the results they want. Also, I signed someone that's been a dream teamer that I have been following up with for over 2 years, folks. We've been talking for a long time. And I know it's easy to get all this head trash around people that you've been following up with, not want to keep talking about it, just, you know what I'm talking about. But people have their own timing, and don't give up on people. Stick with it. So just want to encourage you with that.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Yes. And the comments are still blowing up. So feel free to put in your win for November.
I was going to share one real quick. And before I do, I just want to say, as far as the follow-up, I can't stress how important follow-up is. I've been listening to a guy who is a huge fan of network marketing, but not in network marketing recently. He's a real estate guy. but one of his things that he talks about is the same thing that we talk about, is how the fortune is in the follow-up. It's just like a constant principle in business, is that you follow up. The guy I've been listening to says it's the most important skill to learn in sales is follow up. And he looks like that guy. He looks like that guy right there. He looks like David Ambrossetti. So anyway, I just totally lost track of what I was
for you, buddy. Couldn't have better timing.
Perfect. So anyway, what he's saying is that it's the most important skill. And just like Gretchen said, she's been following up with this first person for 2 years, and it's a dream teamer just signed up. So that is awesome. Good stuff. There's been a couple things, there's a lot of wins in November, actually. Points wise was a win for me, but more important than that is I found something out about myself that it's kind of, I don't know, just kind of a convicting thing, that I have gotten comfortable, which is really easy to do. I've never been in a comfortable place necessarily in my life, so I've always had to push and fight and strive and struggle, but I've gotten comfortable, so this is just something I realized, is that I've been working, I've been doing stuff, I just haven't been pushing. I've kind of settled for doing an IPA rather than pushing for my potential. And so I've been nowhere near, reaching my potential. I've just been kind of settled on getting a little bit done each day, which is important to get a little bit done each day, but I know that I have so much more left in the tank. I have so many more goals I want to achieve. So I have been reading this 10X book, and today I did 10 times what I've been doing for the last few months, to be honest with you. I did 10 times that amount just today. So just I'm back on track. It's just one of those things where you just start to see, hey, wait, what's going on here? Why do I feel kind of blah? Why do I feel not challenged? Why do I feel, like things just aren't as exciting maybe as they once were? Well, it's because I settled. And so it was a win to be able to see that, because you could go for months and months and months, or maybe forever, and never see that and end up dying as far as a business sense goes. But so it's a win to be able to see these things and make those corrections and just get back on track. So that was a big win for me, and I'm crazy excited about ending the year strong and starting 2019 off even stronger.
Yay, thank you for sharing.
And here's my new bumper sticker too. No negativity. So this is my mantra for 2019, no negativity.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to watch myself. Okay, so we're going to talk about a couple things. So one of the things that we had a lot of in November were those wonderful little promo codes every Wednesday through Friday. And who blew up their Instagram and Facebook with those? One thing that I learned from Jessica Heffley is that after we have a special or after we have a sale, go back through your feed and delete all those. Clean up your page, make it look beautiful. Sometimes I'll only put up testimonies or Plexus things for like 12 hours. I'll post it in an evening at a high prime time, and then I'll delete it in the morning. The reason for doing that is that if you are really growing your your social media network, there's going to be a lot of new people, and if they just see you blasting Plexus, they're going to be like, no thanks, MLM girl, goodbye, and they'll just unfriend you or unfollow you. And the thing is that we want to be doing is connecting people to us so that we can share stories, so we can share the value that we have to give to other people, so we can glean value from others as well. But that's just something that I wanted to kind of put out there. So you can also encourage your teams to do the same thing, because we want to get the word out when we do have a special, but at the same time, we don't want that to be the only thing people see. We want to connect them to us. And so one of the things I guess I'll just blurb in real quick is that Justin has just made new business cards. I put it in the threads, but if you didn't see that, he made a connection card, not a Plexus card. So go back through the thread if you want to check that out. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that, just so that people get connected to you, and not just turn you off because, oh, you're a network marketer or whatever, so that you can be connecting. They can be connecting with you and with your story. So anyways, just wanted to say that really quick. Let's talk about the scoop for December. This is something that I've been really considering for several weeks. I've been working to make a schedule for us that's really can help us be productive in December, because this is the thing. A lot of people check out in December. They say, nope, life is busy and I don't have time to work my business, or whatever excuse they have. But guess what? The people that you're going to see ranking up in the next 90 days are people that didn't stop working their business in December. They were consistent. The principles at the slight edge work in their advantage. It's not flashy stuff. It's not like you're going to go sign a dream teamer and then they're going to blow your team up and hit, sail you to diamond. It's probably going to look like boring, mundane things that you're doing every day, which are fun. We want to be joy-filled as we're doing this, right? But at the same time, it's daily consistencies. And if you're able, apply the 10X rule. If you don't have a lot going on this month, maybe it's dreary where you live and you're at home with kids, or maybe don't have kids, whatever the season of life you're in, and you have time to invest it, because we are getting ready for January 1. And January 1, people have already made up their mind on what they're doing for their health goals. They are ordering a supplement package. They are getting the gym membership going. They're hiring a personal trainer, whatever the things. They're feeling chubby. They're feeling gross because half the United States is in cold weather and there's, not a lot that they're doing physically, but they're eating. And we're eating lots of sugary things and treats and things like that. And when we start to metabolize those things, usually we end up coming out of the holidays sicker or chubbier or both. And so we are the ones that get to be the mouthpiece for health and wellness going into the new year. So I did want to share a couple of things. Every day in December, there's been different jewels and Plexus that are doing or contributing to this Dare to Dream series. Love, love, love it. Started December 1st. And I've been posting it on the team page, and it's actually set as an announcement. That way, if you missed some, just click on the announcements and you'll be able to see the whole lineup. Same with, you can either search it by hashtag Dare to Dream, or just click on photos, and everything's posted in chronological order. If you ever try to find a post and you can't find it by searching for it, just go to the photos and everything's in chronological order. So just quick tip there. So this week we are doing the Joy to the World IPA Challenge, which love, love, love. It's actually Brooke Hemingway's. I tweaked it just a little bit, but I wanted to send out a little FYI. My encouragement with that is, yes, I would love to see you do all of the things, but even if you have to tweak it based on what your personal business needs this time of year, do that. Okay, if you feel like maybe you can't, or not that you can't, but you feel like you need to make connections more than blast out a bunch of reach outs, do that. That's totally fine. If you spent the last 2 months really hitting reach outs hard and you need to relationship build, that's fine. Tweak it to fit what you need for your business. I'm very legalistic, so sometimes when Jessica would put out some sort of challenge, I would feel like I had to do everything exactly how she had it, which this is a follow the leader business, so you still want to follow the basic skeleton, but know that you can tweak things to fit your personal business, okay? And we're enjoying the 14-day challenge, so different leaders on one team are contributing to that, and it's phenomenal information. Who's loving their lean? Love drinking lean once or twice a day. I love this mindset shift of like that pseudo fasting. It's really, I think it's shrunk my stomach. Like my need for food. It's almost, maybe it's a mental thing that I feel like I need to be eating constantly. I'm not pregnant right now, so I don't need to be eating 24/7, right? And we're getting older. I'm 35, he's 42. And I remember talking to Brooke.
Just coming into my prime.
I remember talking to Brooke and Thomas Hemingway, and they say once you hit 35, 40, you have to be committed to exercise, committed to eating well, committed to your supplements. Otherwise, that middle age ness happens, right? anyways, that's kind of beside the point. But we are going to do an online Christmas party. So that is next Monday. It's going to be super fun. I posted the group for that. So if you qualified and your teammates qualified, make sure they get added to that group. I scheduled it for a post on the team page. That was a little bit ago. So after the team call, just go pop on there, make sure you're in that. It's going to be really fun. It's a series of different live videos, and there's going to be leaders sharing their quick tip and a short version of their health business testimony and a trivia question. And we're going to be giving away our favorite things, and so it's going to be fast-paced fun, and you'll want to be part of it. So that's next Monday. And then the 11th through the 13th, and then the 18th through the 20th. Those are 2 3-day little blitzy things, and the first one is a skincare soiree, kind of like we did a couple months ago, and it's called Glowing Through the Holidays. So it's a perfect time to get people started on those $1.99 Joyome, Triplex, and Lean welcome packs, because remember that way to earn incentive for the Christmas cash ends on December 14th. And who's going for the Christmas cash? I've signed 2 of those $1.99 packs, and I absolutely love them. It took me some major mental mindset shifts, because I was like, I've always only sold Triplex, and I've always just sold the $1.99 ones, the 99 ones, unless that the husband and wife are going to do it together, right? But what I've realized is that people get a broader perspective of Plexus, so they're more likely to find something that they love, right? And they're going to stick with it. And the other thing is they get a better value because they're basically buying in bulk. So those 2 big things, I feel perfectly comfortable recommending a bigger set of products for them. So those 2 3-day blitzes are going to be happening. I was kind of going back and forth whether to host anything, but I decided that I really feel like if we can keep a similar structure to each month, everyone will kind of know what's happening. So if we do, the first full week of the month is a, 3 or 4 or 5-day IPA thing that we do as a team. And then the next, like the middle 2 weeks, we do some sort of challenge, whether it's like the 14-day challenge repeated. We might do that in January, or we might do 2 little 3-day blitzy things. So anyways, and then wrap it up with an IPA challenge. And one of the things that I'm really finding, actually I'm going to save the challenge idea for in a minute. Okay. So that's kind of the outlook on December. I did post the calendar on the team page, so you can get it kind of as a snapshot view. Decide what you want to plug people into, decide what you want to participate in, but I wanted to make the things available so that we can press into December. And we're going to do after Christmas, anyone that's planning to rank up in the next 90 days or the next 6 months, I would say we've got to bust tail right after Christmas, because the 26th through the 31st is like golden for what we do. Okay, so you don't have to spend all day every day. You can still be with your family. If you're traveling, whatever, use your car time, get up extra early before the kids or whatever, and just blast out your IPAs that you're going to do. And so we're going to do a Ring in the New Year challenge starting the 26th. And we're probably going to have power hours hosted each day by different people. That's my vision so far for that. Thursday, the 27th, our team is going to host Jessica Heffley's Real Life, Real Stories. So that little Thursday night, I think it's like a 30-minute thing that we can plug people into, but it's not going to actually be health testimonies. It's going to be business testimonies. And then 2 more quick things I wanted to mention. I'm going to have Jake run the numbers for whoever with the top 20 enrollers on this team. And I'm going to do a special call with just them. So I wanted to just throw that out there. And this is a fun thing. I want to have this ongoing. So if you are someone that maybe earns top enroller for January, and it may be a completely different group of people. Okay. So I just want to throw that out there, that it's going to be really fun, and we're going to do there'll probably be a guest speaker. So just wanted to mention that. We are going to do a prep call for the new year on the 30th of December. So convention contest will be starting, where we want to really help people get prepped for that, because if you've waited till January 1st to think about January, you're too late. Okay, so we're really wanting to help everyone plan ahead. The other thing that I wanted to mention really quick that we're wanting to kind of shift the culture a bit is this idea of active leader achiever. You may have seen that I recognize people for that last month and different months. I haven't been overly consistent with that, but basically it just means that you've added 3 level 1s, 3 personally sponsored level 1s. And the reason why that's so important is because if you're working the business, this should just be kind of your MO. It's your baseline is what you're doing. And so we really want to kind of set the expectation that that's what we want to do. And also that gives you, if you know that you're going to be like ALA is what we call it, you're going to add 3 people, or maybe you'll be double or triple ALA. Totally amazing and fabulous, because if you're planting seeds now, you'll probably have that happen to you in January, February, March, where you'll just sign up a lot of people. But I also want to say helping people do the same thing is absolutely vital. And the recognition piece for ALA is super fun. And people love recognition. It's something that's free that you can do for your teammates. And so if they add 3 level 1s, make sure you shout them out for that, because it is helpful to their network also to see that they're successful. So I just wanted to mention that real quick. Okay, let's talk about goals really quick. Who has made their goals for December? Anyone? Couple people? So, okay, I'm just going to be completely honest with you guys. I have failed in goal setting. I would say that throughout my Plexus, my couple years in Plexus, goals have been a big part of what I do. But I feel like I've failed in the sense of helping other people make goals and encouraging that on a monthly basis. I read something that Brooke Hemingway wrote, and I was like, oh my word, like I am lacking in this area. And so I want to be better at helping everyone set goals and to be making what I do visible. So I don't know if you guys saw, but in the threads, I put what I did for my IPA today, and I also put it in under the IPA challenge just to kind of put it out there and what I'm working on. Because a lot of times I'm doing so many things that I don't stop to like mention to anyone what I'm doing, right? And so I think I'm always so inspired when Jessica Heffley tells me what she's doing, or even seeing Brooke's goals. She was so strategic. She was specific. I mean, she had what she wanted her husband's leg, her leg, and her reentry leg. She had written down what she wanted her points to be. And she also had how many people she wanted added on those 3 legs. And I'm like, oh my word, when was the last time I set a team goal for what I wanted our team ads to be? It's something that I've really kind of fallen off the bandwagon with, but that's okay. The thing is, realizing that you're lacking in some area is motivation to press in and do better, right? So that we can do better this month. So my goal, I'll just tell you guys, my goal for one team is to add at least 200 ambassadors. What did we hit last month? 150, I think. I still feel like 200 is on the low end for what we're capable of doing. I'll just say when I was the couple, like 3 or 4 months before I hit Emerald, we were adding 100 people consistently to the team. So just as a gauge, there are different seasons, of course. There's times when we have momentum. There's times when the momentum isn't as high. But the goal is that we're setting some goals and we're helping our people set goals. And I just see huge potential. I see potential in myself, and I see potential in all of us collectively on our team. And so I just want to encourage us to really consider maximizing our potential. So the secret is our daily routine, right? I was thinking about this. So fit people, what do? They're doing something different than people that aren't fit, right? It's what they're doing in their daily routine. Same with people successful in business. There's some things that they're doing on the daily that are the correct things to help them move the needle in their business. And these are not big flashy things. These look like boring things, kind of like people that invest. Those millionaires that you see, they've done boring things to become a millionaire and to keep being a millionaire, right? It's boring, but it's those small things done daily consistently that are so, so key. Justin and I went on a workout date on Friday night. Big fancy date. We went to go work out at the gym.
And Walmart. Don't forget. That was like the dessert. Walmart.
Yes.
Yeah.
So anyways, we're getting older, right? So we don't always have to go out for eating dates. We can go and work out. So we met this guy. Actually, Justin already knew him. I didn't know that. Anyways, I met him for the first time. And he this year in 2018 has lost to date 145 pounds. Super inspiring. And so I'm like, and he was a big guy. He said he was like 300 and some pounds or something. He was really tall. And I said, wow, what did you do? I said, I would love to hear. We're in health and wellness. That's what we do. So I'm always game to hear what people did. And he's like, it wasn't anything huge. He said, I went on a walk every day. I made sure I walked every day. And he said, I stopped eating anything I wanted every time I wanted it. And I basically eat fruit or vegetables for 2 meals. And then the third meal, I eat what I want. And he's like, that's basically how I dropped 150 pounds. I'm like, you are inspiring. I said, I'm going to share your story with our team. And I actually took a picture with him. So I'll have to post that for y'all to see. So anyways, I appreciated his vulnerability and willingness to share. I'm like, you should share your story. I said, that is so inspiring. I also wanted to say that I was scrolling and saw Jen Hawkins. So she's one of the 2 double diamonds in Plexus, but she gave her husband a shout out on Facebook the other day. And he was sitting at his desk with a book. And she said that he made a commitment in 2018 to get up and read and start his day at 5:30 every morning so he could read a book. And she said he has finished 39 books so far in 2018. And I just wanted to share those 2 stories because I think that is so inspiring. Those people on the daily made a choice to do something and to change their outlook, to change what they're doing consistently so that they could get different results than what they had been getting. So anyways, okay. So my question here is, are you clear for what your December looks like for your team? That was a challenge that I had when I read Brooke's things, like, whoa, I need to get a plan. Because if we don't have a plan, we're not going to get anywhere, right? And I would also encourage you to have a pulse. If you have a team under you, or even if you have wholesalers, whatever, have a pulse on how people are doing on their products, and have a pulse on every person that can rank up. So if they're even a little bit close to ranking up, help them game plan for that, because a lot of people don't know how to strategize for that. And I remember Jessica Heffley's 3 things she said that will keep people around is 1, help them have good results on the products. So help them get through detox. She said, help plug them into the community that we have in Plexus. And then number 3 is help them go silver. Jessica's going to talk about that in a little bit. So I'll leave that there for you. Okay, this is another thing that I was reading in the book, and this is it. We create success. We have to create it. It's not going to come to us. It's not like by osmosis, we're just going to morph into whatever we want to be successful in, whether it's fitness goals, health goals, business goals, whatever. We have to create that momentum, and it starts with what we're doing on a daily basis. And so really, it doesn't take long to write down your goals, to reflect on last month. This is something that I'm making part of my MO. Is just when I finish out the month, I have the Plexus planner, and it has your month in review. So reflect on the last month and then make goals and action steps. And so that's what I did. I wrote those things down. So you write it, visualize it. So if you're planning to rank up this month, visualize that. What are you going to reward yourself with? What are you going to talk about it with your family and with your team? Let them know. Make sure they all know about it. And really, it's not about points. It's really, or even money. It's helping people or seeing people achieve the things that they didn't think they could. And it also inspires all of us to give more and to, what does this say? Oh, to provide more and to give more. So just to give us a bigger perspective, it's not just like points and PVE and rank up and things like that. It's because of what those things gift us with, gift our families, gift God's kingdom, gift your community, right? So my challenge to you is to make an action plan for December. Make a plan. And I would also challenge you to put it in the team threads. Let's have those be accountability. So when you get off this call, if you have time to sit down tonight and make some, put it in the chat threads, the group chat threads. I think that would be so encouraging to people, and send it to your sponsor or your power partner. That way you have an accountability for that choice as well. Okay. And I'll be the first to admit that that's really I feel like it's really vulnerable to share my goals. So if you're like maybe a red personality, you're like, ooh, I don't want people to see my goals because if I don't hit them, yikes. Well, just know that I'm always inspired when I see other people share their goals. So let's make this a pact together that we're going to share our goals. That's a good thing. Okay, so I'm going to share. Okay, so actually, if there's anyone that already has their goals for December, I'm feeling gifty. So if you've set your goals for December, I want you to put it in the comments, because when Justin's talking, I'm going to pick a name and we're going to give away a swag bag of fun stuff. Okay, so next thing we're going to talk about is something that I was challenged with by Carissa Casey. I was on a call of hers the other day, and she challenged her team, and this is something that a couple other people are doing too, is to do 100 somethings in December. I'm not saying reach outs, I'm not saying follow-ups, and I'm not saying connections, because you're going to have to decide what those 100 things are. Because based on where you're at in your business kind of dictates what that needs to look like. For me personally, I'm going to do all 3. And I'm plugging into the IPA challenge that I'm putting out for you guys on the team page, because that's going to help me get to those 100. If yours looks like, oh my word, to get to 100, I'm going to have to just pick 5 hours between now and Christmas and do 20 reach outs 5 times. You know, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to look like you plug it into my IPA thing, okay? Or maybe you're going to just plug in at the very end of the month. I'm going to encourage us to do 100 somethings between December 26th and the new year, okay? So pick your pace, but my encouragement is if you plan to rank up, if you plan to create momentum in your team, to do 100 somethings in December. Let's see. And also one thing with that is I would say hashtag what I did today and make your example visible to your team. So December 1st, many people have already made their decision to make some health and wellness goals. So January 1 probably will be a huge month of follow-ups, especially if you do a lot of reach outs in December. So this month is the month to press in. Okay, I'm done. Justin, you're up. Let's hear from someone else now. So yeah, feel free to put some stuff in the comments if you have made goals so far for December. If you haven't, there's still time.
Okay, well, she was talking about goals. I just want to share something I was reading, a couple days ago, and it was really encouraging and kind of convicting to me. But it's talking about in light of setting goals, and when you're falling behind and you feel like you're not going to hit a target. My typical response, maybe you guys are completely different, but my typical response is just lower the target. We'll just lower it and we'll hit it and we'll feel good about ourselves. We'll check it off the list and move on. And I was reading this book and he says, don't do that. So I'm going to have to start changing, but he says that, let me get it right here. He says the first response is to reduce the target rather than increase activity. So I am going to start increasing activity after I've set a goal. If it looks like I'm not going to hit it, I'm going to keep the goal, keep moving forward. So that's something I'm learning in light of goal setting personally. I just wanted to share that with you. Another thing I'm learning through this book is that he recommends writing your goals down twice a day. Before you go to bed, write down your goals. When you get up in the morning, write down your goals. He said, who's going to win? A good-looking, smart, skilled guy who writes down his goals once or twice a year, or the guy who writes them down over 700 times a year? He said the guy who writes them down 700 times a year wins every time. So that's what he does. He writes his goals down every morning when he wakes up, and when he goes to bed at night, he writes the same goals down until he gets them accomplished. So that's what I have to share. That's just a little bit of what I'm learning. So hopefully you can be encouraged with that. I wanted to give a quick update too. We haven't, so back in April, some of you are new, but there was an incredible opportunity and a lot of you prayed. We were able to go to Kenya and do some amazing work with the Maasai warrior tribe over there. It's a pretty incredible mission that's still going on. And I'm just going to give you a quick update. We have one of the guys that went with me is in Kenya right now, running some pastors conferences. He just took over 1,000 more Maasai Bibles over there to hand out to the tribes. So these are Christian people. It's a tribe that's coming to Christ, and they don't even have their own Bibles. They've been praying for years for Bibles, and part of our mission is to take Bibles to these Christians that are starving for the Word of God. Anyway, just a quick update. The number 2 person, kind of the spiritual leader in the Maasai community from Tanzania, was in Kenya, and he stayed at my friend's house. This is a witch doctor, and my friend was sharing Christ with this witch doctor. Anyway, he said, I'm not interested in that. But at 3 a.m., he woke my friend up and said, so can this Jesus forgive me for all the people I've killed? And my friend said, absolutely. So he got born again on the spot, he and his son both. Now this is which is incredible in itself, but the interesting thing is this could impact about 2.3 million people in that tribe. So keep praying for that work. There'll be some more things coming up in my spare time. We have some things that some goals we're wanting to do, and some neat things with giving to that work that's going on there. So stay tuned in 2019 for that. But I hadn't talked about that in a while, and I wanted to give an update while a lot of people were on the call. So a lot of cool things going on there. Thank you for your support in that. Okay, so I'm just going to share some things. I love numbers. Numbers excite me because there's no emotion with numbers. There's no ups, there's no downs. It's just straight truth, straight fact, black, white, no gray. And so we can learn a lot from numbers if we read them the way they're written. So this is kind of a report card. This is some information I got from Jake Hoffman, who's our, new
regional
coach from the corporate office. So on my leg of the team, there's been 974 new ambassadors added. At the end of November, there were 974 new ambassadors added this year, which is incredible. If you think about it, that's unbelievable.
Great job, everyone.
So on Megan's total leg, I don't know what it would be. It would be, I don't know, double probably, which is even more incredible. But so here's where we're at. So 974 new ambassadors added. So what I'm trying to figure out is silvers. Silvers is the kind of the lifeblood. People going silver is the lifeblood of this business. And that's how we grow a team. That's how we grow an organization, is by helping people get to silver and teaching them to do the same thing. And that's how we keep people active. That's how people stay, is if they go silver. When they go silver, they just stay around a lot longer. So here's the numbers. Out of that 974 new ambassadors, 32 people went silver so far this year, which is about 3%. 3%. So the target usually from the corporate's numbers anyway is about 9%. So
9 to 30% is what I've heard.
Yeah, at least like 9 is a minimum. So I'm just taking the numbers that they have given us. But the encouraging thing is, out of the 32 people that have gone silver, 30 out of the 32 still had over 100 PV at the end of November. So 94% of all the people that went silver in 2018 are still active and still plugging along, which is really encouraging. So as we look at these numbers, some things, I guess, that I think we can learn as a team, as a group, as an organization is that, I mean, recruiting, I mean, it's almost 1,000 people. It'll be over 1,000 people this year on my leg, probably over 2,000 on Megan's leg. So the recruitment numbers, I mean, they could still be higher, but the recruitment numbers are not bad at all. I guess the disconnect that we're seeing and that Jake mentioned is the duplication. How do we get more people? How do we get closer to that 9% rather than 3%? So that's just kind of where I think the gap is as far as a team. I mean, this is just kind of where we are. Like I said, I love numbers because numbers just show you where you're at, whether it's financial, whether it's your speed limit. It doesn't matter. Numbers just tell you where you're at. So that's an area I think as a team that me also. I'm not saying you. I'm saying me. We as a team probably need to look at in light of helping people to get to silver and duplicate. I think that the numbers that's just what the numbers show. But I'd say recruiting wise, I mean, things have gone really well. So I don't think that recruiting is an issue at all. It's in the duplication side of things. And that's why when we hear things that, a lot of times about going silver and the importance of silver, that's why right there. It's duplication. That's what it is. So
our team is good at sharing. Y'all are wonderful at sharing. You're wonderful at helping people get started. And, I think it's just one of those things that we have to have a focus on, because when we add people, that's adding. But when we help people add, then we start to multiply.
So there'll be some things I think coming up to help us in light of going silver yet. Maybe some challenges, maybe some different training. I know that there's some things coming from the corporate office that's going to help us specifically with duplication. It's going to help us with wording, and there is a challenge coming out, which will be a lot of fun, and I'll share it soon, but it's trying to sell Plexus business and products to a person who has never taken them, and you can't use any testimonies, personal or anybody else's. You have to actually use words and sell the person on these things. So it'll be a fun challenge. I have no idea what I'm going to say, but I'm looking forward to doing it. So it's something we're going to do as a team with Jake, the coach. So we'll have a lot of fun. We'll have a lot of fun stumbling through that together at some point. So,
well, we were kind of talking about recruiting versus duplication, and we had some realizations about the difference. And I think it may be just a mindset shift. And also, do you want to explain a little bit about the true definition of network marketing?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that I think and just wave your hands in the air or comment below if I'm wrong, but one of the things that we need to get over in Plexus is the fact that we are network marketers. This is a network marketing company, and I promise you there's 39 people on this call, and I bet 20 of the 39 have a problem telling someone they're a network marketer. But really, we are. This is a network marketing company. I mean, we can call it whatever we want, but that's the arena we're in. This is the space that we're in. So I think the sooner that we get over that fear, and that's what it is. It's a fear. We don't want people to think that we're that guy or that gal. I don't want people to think that way of me. But I am that guy, and I believe in this industry. I think this industry is incredible. The more I learn, the more I like it. So they should be teaching network marketing in school, in my opinion, along with a few other things. It's an amazing thing. So I think that we're more comfortable with, and this is something I've had to work on too. I was the biggest skeptic in the world when it comes to network marketing. I hated it, mainly because I didn't have any information. But I didn't like it. But one of the things I think that we're comfortable with is we're comfortable with direct sales. We're comfortable with sharing a product with somebody. We're comfortable with sharing a testimony with somebody, but we're just not comfortable getting someone a lot of times to build a business under, it's just, I think maybe it's the term network marketer. I'm not sure. Somebody can pipe in if they want, but I think the first thing is we just have to kind of get over the fact that we are a network marketing people, and that's where their power is, though, is in network marketing, because it's a group, it's an organization. It's not a direct sales thing. It's just a different model, really.
One of the things that I realized about myself is that it's really easy for me to help someone get started on the products, and then then back to the next person and the next person, and helping. And then I kind of was like, well, they're going to see what I'm doing, and if they want to share, they're going to share. But what I've realized is it takes a lot more effort and my brain space and my follow-up to go back to, or not even go back to them, but when I'm on the phone with them, ask them what I felt like was a hard question. It's not really that hard. Just asking them, like, hey, what are your thoughts about sharing? Would you be game for making a little post? And then don't say anything. It's so hard for me not to fill the space. But to ask them that, and when I've been asking people that, they're like, oh, sure. Yeah, I'd be happy to. Or they might say, well, I want to try it first. Like, I really don't want to put my name on something until I know for sure that it's going to work for me. And I just plant a little seed, and I say, like, no worries, totally fine. Like, I get that perspective. But consider, do you know of anyone that struggles with autoimmune issues, thyroid problems, gut health issues? Because you might know some people that could really benefit. The other thing too is to consider just getting like a couple accountability partners, because you'll be more successful. Like in anything, people are more successful with accountability. So just to kind of plant that seed, and also know that learn from my mistakes. I feel like I invested so many eggs in one basket of just recruit, get people signed up, help them with their health, to where I was it's more time efficient we want to help people with their health, of course, but it's time efficient to reach out to those people that are high influence in the business builders and maybe have previous experience in network marketing or whatever. Reach out to those people, because those are the type of people you want in your team business wise, because that's where the duplication, that's where the rank ups are going to happen.
Another thing I've done that's scary, it's always you try to do something scary, but is I was in a group of people recently, and they were just going around asking, so what do you do? What do you do? And then I thought, I'm just going to try this and see what happens, just because I didn't really know them. So I thought, I'm not really out too much. And so what do you do? I said, I'm a network marketer. Because I wanted to see like the response of I was kind of maybe being ornery. I really didn't have a sale in mind. I was just like, I'm going to try this out and just kind of see what happens. And some of them were like, but a couple of them, they were kind of interested. Like, really? I mean, I was cheerful. I smiled. I said it with confidence. I was joyful, and so I think maybe our presentation is more important than the actual word or title of network marketing. So, in light of being a network marketer, I think we should just be proud, because we represent an excellent model of this industry because of the company we represent and this team that we get to be a part of. We have a lot to be proud of. So when I talk to people about just saying I'm a network marketer, I think of Plexus, I think of my own testimony, I think of this team, and I have nothing to hold back. I have nothing to be ashamed of. So I just tell them. I just tell them exactly what we do, and it's just something I kind of had to get over, I guess, over the last couple of years, maybe.
Well, and we're the new generation of network marketers, and so I know that Bob Heilig and different trainers are really shifting the tide to where people are going to uphold what we do as an industry, because we're such genuine, authentic, amazing people that represent network marketing. You know what I mean? We're not slimy, scammy, annoying people, where we're people oriented, we're servant leadership based and things like that. And that speaks to people. Also, Grant Cardone, Justin's reading, the 10X book. He basically said, how did he word that?
Which?
About being a network marketer, joining a network marketing company.
His advice to anybody is to join a network marketing company. He said, I don't care if you like network marketing or not, you have to be involved because that's where things are happening. That's where, retail stores are closing left and right. He said, you got to be part of this network marketing game. He said, if anything, for tax breaks, and if anything, for the connections you make with other people. He said, network marketing is extremely valuable to be a part of. And he's not the only one. Donald Trump, Robert Kiyosaki, Warren Buffett. I can go on and on and on millionaires and billionaires who think that network marketing is an absolutely, legitimate industry. So.
Okay. All right. We're going to switch gears a little bit. I want to respect everyone's time, and we're coming to a close here. Lynn and Tammy, we're going to share really quick about a couple of ideas they had with that they're doing in December. Actually, Lynn, I might have you go first and share your idea with your events and also your package that you're making.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So my team, a gal on my team had an idea of getting together a group of people in my living room and doing some type of an activity. So we've done different sip and sees that have just been really low key, where we just gather friends together. So the only real difference here is it's going to be different people, and we're going to make something together. So we are going to be making a wreath. So what's interesting is my gal on my team had this idea, and the night before I had made a wreath, and I'm not really a crafty person. So, and I had so much fun just creating this wreath myself, and I had posted it, but she hadn't even seen that yet. So it was just kind of fun because I was like, oh, I just made a wreath. Yeah, I think that would be super fun. So we're just going to get an RSVP. So make sure that we know who is committing to coming. And then I'm actually just going to purchase the supplies. Anything we don't use, I'll just return. And we're going to share our stories, but it's going to be intertwined with this activity, which I think is super fun. So that's coming up in December. And I don't know if I would have thought of that because I'm not really a crafty type person. But when my gal thought of that, I just said, yeah, I think that would be super fun. So that's one thing. And then the other thing, I just want to give just a short 1-minute background. When I joined and started sharing Plexus, I kind of shot off really quick out of the gate. I had a lot of people joining me. I was signing up a lot of people in high momentum in the beginning. And I think sometimes when that happens, it's like this big train is moving along, but then I was not as attentive to the passengers on the train. And so some of those people, didn't feel supported, I think, whatever it is. So I'm trying to redeem that and turn that around and not have that keep happening. So I'm trying to be very intentional with the people that join our team. And I think what happens, like in my case, very quickly, if you start adding people, pretty soon you don't know the people at all because they're connected to all the other people, right? So I know how I feel when I get a handwritten note, like from Megan or Justin. It just means so much, and I never throw that away. I have them all like saved together. And it just means so much. And I feel like it's because of that time. It took that time. That person thought of you and sat down and wrote, and it takes, 30 seconds to write a nice little card. So what I am doing for my team right now is I just got a box of, here's the little box of thank you cards. It just says thanks. And they're just blank inside. So whenever someone is added to my team, into my organization, I am personally writing a note with their name, welcoming them to the team, and explaining what's in this little package that I'm sending them. So in my package is just a welcome letter, and then I just have a two-sided card that has some basic product information, tips for success, things like that. And then in the package, and my team, my leaders on my team, we kind of talked about this, what would be useful to people. So we're including a little tape measure, because we're always trying to get the point across that it's not so much about the pounds. People that are going for weight loss, it's really about the inches, the reducing of the inflammation, etc. And then the other thing we're including is a little calendar. And we just had this idea that we were challenging each new person to use these little stars. That's the teacher in me. And then each day that they take their products and drink their water, then they're just going to put a star on that day. And it's just a little thing. You could do this any way. You could send them a chart and they check it off or whatever. But so this is kind of their little Plexus calendar, and we're challenging them for 90 days. This is what you're going to do. Because I've had a lot of people stop after 30 days, and it's just heartbreaking because you know that they need to keep going. And then the last thing is it's just a blank journal, and this is just a real cheap $1 journal, and this one happens to say choose happiness. I'm not tied to that exact one, so I just kind of restock my supplies with, very inexpensive things. So all of that is like $4. Now, if I was adding, 200 people a month, that process might change a little bit, but I feel like this is where I'm at right now, and this is what I think might bring more personal connection to the people, so they've at least heard from me. What I would love to add to that is a Zoom call with those new people too. So that's on my goal list as well. Some people, it feels like they don't want that. They don't know me, but I feel like the more connected we can become, the more successful they will be, and therefore we will be as well. So those are my ideas.
Thank you, Lynn, so much. There was a quick question about how you're promoting your little wreath thing.
Okay. We're just making a invitation, just like a picture with the date and the time. And we are just personally sending that to people. We're kind of hand-picking the people. We're not putting it out on Facebook, for the whole community to come. It's people that are on our minds and that we think would enjoy that type of a gathering. So we're committing to each inviting 3 to 5 people. So
are you saying that it's Plexus and crafts?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. It's like a sip and see holiday party or something. So
okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. And guys, if you have more questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and Lynn can answer them in the chat thread. So anyways, love that there's so many great ideas. Tammy was going to share really quick before we pop off. She had a couple of really good ideas. I love the Team Z thing and her little package thing too. Tammy, are you game for sharing? Oops, don't forget to unmute.
So yeah, I can start with Team Z. So I actually happened to stumble across Team Z. It is app at teamz.com, and I'll put that in the comments afterwards. But how many of us have actually come and sat at our desk or at our kitchen table all day long and just go, oh my gosh, I am so overwhelmed. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, I really felt I sat here many times going, I don't even know where to start, where to begin. I've never done multi-level marketing. I've never done this. So I happened to stumble across this app and it had a 30-day trial. So I tried it. He walks you through developing your why. He puts you, you set a goal, income goal level on that. And then they have you download your Plexus ambassadors into their site and your Facebook friends list into their site. So every day, according to my figure goal of what I want to be at, is they have 10 prospects that I have to reach out to, 10 of my current ambassadors I have to reach out to, and 3 potentials or 4 potentials or however many according to my price point. So it took it all out for me. I didn't have to figure out who I was going to contact. He also teaches on relationship marketing, not network marketing. He does not want you reaching out to somebody on Plexus. He wants you to reach out to those potentials as, hey, what's going on with your life? Haven't talked to you in a while. An example from last week was I reached out, just cold called, to saying, hey, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. What's going on? And 2 of those ladies wrote me back and said, hey, yeah, I've heard about your product. We need to know more about it. Had I not sent those out, which I never would have contacted with them, I would have never had that potential hookup with them. So it sets everything up for you. It has a little circle that it fills in. So when you hit that's it for the day on that 10 ambassadors, the 10 prospects, I'm done. Done it all. It even has your workout. Did you do your workout today? Have you done something to grow for the day, personally growth for the day? Are you drinking your water, your diet, all that stuff? The little check boxes. Yep, I've accomplished all that. So it takes all the worry and all the fret of who do I have to contact today. I signed 2 people up day before yesterday. I now can just add them into my follow-up. They're ambassadors, and I can set on that thing, when do you want to follow up again with them? And then it'll prompt them to come back up into my screen. So love TeamZ app. It makes it so easy. I am like Lynn. I signed so many people so quick. I just started in April. I started the business in May. I have over 300 people on my team, and I couldn't keep up with everybody. I had no idea what to do to keep up with everybody. So I had a lot of people drop off because of my error of not being able to follow up with them. So I have gone back and did what Lynn's doing. I put together, and I'm trying to keep it more on a medical, since I come from medicine, on a medical approach. So I have put together a packet. I called it the gut feeling. I actually designed a Facebook page with gut feeling, where I don't really talk about Plexus. I talk about the gut and the microbiome. So I am sending this out to those people that have dropped off, and I'm sending these out to potential people as well. So in my packet, I have first, hold that thing. I have a brochure that I put together. On the first page is Candida, on what are the symptoms of Candida overgrowth, what is the microbiome and what does it do. In the center, I have put the 2 different triplexes and then my story, so they know something about me. So it's very professional looking. They get something that don't get something cheap that they're getting in the mail. I did like Lynn did. I did a how to start guide. So on the front, I talked about detox, what you should expect with that. That it's not an easy process, but then also what you can expect from the products. On the back, I have got the ProBio, the Slim, and the BioCleanse on how to take them as well. I have a letter here on the gut microbiome, what it does in the body. So teaching something about the gut and gut health. What is exactly this doing for them? We're not just selling them a product, we're selling them something that's going to change their health. I'll pull these out. I too have a welcome letter, what they can expect with the Plexus products. This is really important. I mean, if you don't do anything else, a getting started guide. People, as we all know, when they sign up on our site, if they're signing up, almost always end up as a preferred customer. They don't end up as an ambassador, which is a pain. This guide says, hey, please sign up with the ambassador that gave you this packet, because I do give this to my people for them to share too, because it grows our team as well. So it says the first one, I'm super committed. I want to change my health. Good. Let's sign you up as an ambassador then. And then the next one is, okay, I want to try the products, but I'm not sure how committed I am. Good, then let's sign you up. And it walks them through exactly how to sign up so that they don't goof that up. And then I printed off our packets, because so many people get on our sites and go, I don't even know what I'm supposed to be taking. So if you're talking to somebody or handing it to them, you can actually circle one of those and say, hey, I would start with this. So, and then in the side pocket, I have just done a lot of the brochures and a catalog. So I am like Justin and Megan. My business card has nothing to do with Plexus on it. When you hand somebody an MLM card, for me, I would have thrown it in the trash. I have a card that does not have anything to do with an MLM company on it. So that's what I'm doing. I am sending those out to the people that have fallen off, and I'm sending them out to new potentials. So hopefully Lynn and I can get people back on board.
Awesome. Thank you so much, girls, for sharing. Amazing ideas. And I know there's more ideas floating around. So feel free to share your great ideas in the team threads so that everyone can glean from everyone's ideas. I did upload Tammy's files into the team page. So if you want to print off her things, she's so gracious to let us use those, and you can like download and tweak them to make them your own, of course, and then, you know, use those as resources for yourself. So we'll probably put the link for the Teamzy app on the team page, y'all, or in the threads, so everyone can make sure they cabbage onto that idea. Two quick things really fast. We have some winners for our swag bags, which is fun. So we have, hang on one sec, I need it. There's a lot of feedback. There we go. Swag bags, we have Sally Ives, hopefully she's still on, Sally Ives and Stephanie Schickel. I will pop those in the mail for your girls. Thank you for doing your goals. Way to go, everyone. So fun. And two other quick things. I am a trainer for Super Saturday. The content is going to be amazing. So make sure that you really encourage your teammates to get registered for Super Saturday. It's going to be fabulous training. And also, don't forget about our team retreat in March in Scottsdale, Arizona. People can qualify. You got to go check the team page for the details on that, but definitely be reminding your teams about those two events. It's so important that we get them to Super Saturday, and looking forward to our team retreat. So that's all for our December team call. Thank you all for popping on. Did you have anything quick?
I don't think so.
Okay. Merry Christmas, everyone.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.